That's what I think you did, is it?
No.
Wait.
Turn up?
Oh.
And you can't rotate.
Oh,
Oh, I see.
I just have a question that has nothing to do with this at all. Do you guys ever use your videos in your Saturday and Sunday job? Like, you ever try to entertain the kids with this kind of stuff? Okay.
It's not appropriate.
It might be. I'm not saying it in a trivial way. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Eden might knock their socks off. Okay. So, what's your statement?
Well, about this piece individually, I want to explore relationship between like virtual space and physical space. kind of like reality. And I chose kind of this like retro kind of stuff and kind of like crafting like just the box and the coffee table kind of because I wanted it to be juxtaposed with like technology. So like it has like I'm using like these technological illusions, but I wanted it to look also expected when interacting with the contrast. So that kind of relationship just much more.
And on the wall is just tape, right?
Yeah.
And and the light sock outlet is the video. Where's your?
No, that's video.
Well, that thing really pops. That's great.
Yeah.
I wish the TV popped as much as that. I think conceptually it's really, conceptually / technically, it's really interesting. I think that there are a few more tricks that you can use that will make it more like that outlet. From here, that's a real outlet. But it's what's really beautiful about the outlet, but almost nothing else is
the outlet, DC.
It's, I don't question it being real, but it's so vivid that it's a little bit super real versus being a video.
Right.
So, like right in that little outlet, is for me, it's like a whole other opportunity of sort of questioning realities. Because I think it's cute little cartoon you guys walking around. I think all of that, within that context, it makes it maybe, it's just cute. You have the opportunity to screw with reality. You know, I mean, your intention about having something that's real on the screen start to engage things and make you question things in real. Is it real? Is it real? It's just simply, and the box and the thing that it jumps on that and the outlet, there's nothing cartoony about those things. There's not, they're normal, regular things.
Yeah.
They're not even kid-like things. So, for example, like I wouldn't mind to see you mess around with those three things on the bottom. You know, just moments of reality. I mean, I don't know, maybe you need to have a mouse run across the floor or something. I don't know, but I think this is much greater and much more interesting than the cartoon. The cartoon, immediately I connect with something kid-like, game, video game. But I think the opportunity is, again, to mess with reality, which sounds like what you want to do. You know, the video reality, the projected reality, what we perceive as reality.
I mean, choreography is showing at the Whitney Museum and he plays with video games. It's not like it's out of the.
I didn't say it wasn't okay.
But I'm just saying that like using video games isn't out of contemporary art, like conversation. Right. So like I mean, that
Everything's in the conversation.
Okay.
Within the context.
Right.
Within this context, I think that outlet has, for me, much more opportunity than that little guy walking. And when he walks out of the video and falls on the masking tape, I don't know why he has to be a little cartoon guy in the show. That he could be something that doesn't kind of immediately put him in a lyrical, superficial kind of situation. You know, that's all I'm saying. It can be that. But I think for what else is being accomplished here, that just to relieve you of the game connection opens the door to have other things happen. I think it's lovely. I think it's really lovely. I think the tape is terrific. I think all of it, the least interesting thing for me is the TV show.
Okay. You think that the fact that it looks childish, that bothers you?
It's not, I mean, I like Cory Archangel. I like video games. I like those Mario guys. It's not that. It's that I think that they contextualize something. They signify a particular thing, and I think it narrows it for this. I'm not even sure it needs to be like a little old TV like that. You know, the context of all this. Again, the concept. Why is it that TV? Why is it that show? You know, what's up with all of that? They're very particular. And I think with each one of those and with each choice you have comes the concept, comes your position.
I think the TV can be appropriate because, I mean, this is a...
Video from the
Yeah,
80s.
it's an 8-bit
It's very
character.
retro.
I mean, you have a Sega Genesis, and I don't know, I make the connection that
Sometimes people one-liner that way.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to be a Sega Genesis. It doesn't need to, again, this is where, when you get enamored by technology, when you get enamored by cars, when you get enamored by video games, I love those things. But they could just as well be pornography or the boat show. It doesn't matter. It's why are they there? And is there some bigger idea? You know? So, like, it's the Sega Genesis 301. You know, I don't care about that. You follow me? It doesn't matter to anybody but some Sega Genesis lunatic. The reason it's a TV of a particular time has a cultural impact. And it could be the cultural impact of Mario, but it's a bigger idea. It has to do with something bigger. Something that has a greater impact on your position. And your position, again, if it's just limited by what you love, what you like, what your preferences are, it's going to be short.
I think the thing I'm thinking about too when you say that is that the core aspect of it is that virtual and that physical thing. That's like the raw kind of thing. And you're talking about the deconstructing it to that rather than, because I feel like I chose this mainly because it's my language. It's something I do like and it's something that I identify myself with, associations and whatnot. But is it a bad thing or is it just honest to authenticity if I use that language to explore?
You just have to know why it's your language. It might just be your language because that's what you've liked up until this point. But there may be something else that's more meaningful about it that will help you inform this work in a greater way. It might just be a preference. I like red, so all my paintings are going to be red. When you're a good enough painter, that might be okay. But you've got to know about red now, not just because you like it. So for the moment, I suspect it is your language because that's your habit. That's where you are. That's the stuff you like. That's what you like to do when you're not making art. But you need greater understanding of it and better insights into it so that you either marry it because it means something bigger to you, or you put it in its place. That goddamn outlet is fucking with reality. It doesn't have anything to do with Super Mario. It doesn't have anything to do with what you like. It has to do with what you talked about. That guy jumping out of the TV is playing with reality. is playing with your belief in realities. But
Yeah, it's,
why the outlet there? The outlet's not Super Mario or Sega Genesis. How did that get there? Why is that table there? That table's not a 301c3 table from 1985. You're making decisions, and some of them are just simply likes. Some of them are beliefs, and I want you to sort all that out. And you can definitely do that.
You did have a purpose for the house, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean,
The thing's not plugged in. It's totally like surrealist, ironic, it's gorgeous. That goddamn masking tape is splendid. It's just it's a stupid little Sega guy, Mario guy doing it instead of I don't know what. And maybe you'll end up with a Mario guy. Maybe that's where you'll end up. You're going to know why he's there.
yes.
And Corey Archangel knows why he's there.
I have a question. I kind of feel that with some of the pieces that we have been looking at, a lot of them really deal with the self in terms of like what you know you're feeling and what your views are and what represents you. But then I feel the pieces where in the critique we don't even mention how the piece relates to the self. And you know, I'm kind of thinking. So do I have to really deal with the self in my artwork, or can I do something else?
It's not psychoanalysis. We are not shrinks, and this is not to make you better. It's just simply to understand more about what you're doing and what matters to you. That self, yeah. That, you need to be responsible. Imagine it's brain surgery, and every mark, every cut you make is whether somebody's going to live or die. Don't you want to know? Well, today I decided to cut the brain open from this side because I like it. It looks better when I cut from over here. It's, in a funny way, the same. The more you are informed and understand what matters to you, that you have a position about what you want your work to do, the better the work will be. And you can't just keep saying, today I started the brain surgery from his ankle because he had a nice foot. So we drilled up through his leg and his arm, we got to the brain, and we took the thing out. He's going to be uncomfortable for a while. There could be a reason. There could be a reason. But you've got to have the reason. And not so much that you have to explain it to us, but you have to understand it. So the guy who paints red paintings because he likes them, but was totally informed about a position about red, about a rejection of other colors, about really understanding color, versus, I just love it. I don't know why. It just doesn't work. It matters. And then you get like brilliant stuff like this that he's fucking with reality. He's fucking with what you believe in, what you think you believe in, illusion, non-illusion. He's doing all that stuff. This may not be the only way to do it. And this may be a very trivial way to do it.
Yeah,
and it may not give it its value. It may need to be more trivial. I don't know. But it can't just be what he likes and what he's used to doing. That's all I'm trying to play. In every case. Make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't my question.
But it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Well, so on the ones where we're not...
For another question.